Well, listen to this statistic. According to DivorceGuide.com, 50% of first marriages end in divorce. Many couples call it quits after a series of problems. However, our next couple didn't let their many marital problems destroy their marriage. Instead, they say they figured out the key to a successful marriage. So please welcome me and joining this morning, Kathy and Joel Davisson to the show. Good morning to the both of you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you both. I want to start off with this because when I was doing the research and background, you both admittedly call your marriage horrible. Yeah. It's a strong word. What was so horrible about it?
Behind closed doors, he was abusive. He was emotionally, mentally, and spiritually abusive. He did have a few little minor occasions of physical, but it was mainly he would just put me down, criticize me, find things that were wrong, and always looking for different things that he could pick on me about.
And you say this started after your first year of marriage.
After the first year of marriage. Actually, we had a pretty decent first year. It was started in the second year of marriage. When I would want to get hurt about something and I'd want to talk about something, he'd say, no, we're not going to talk about it. He would tell me to be quiet, shut up, don't talk. Yeah, it wasn't good.
Which was quite the portrayal, because when we dated, I wanted to hear her talk all the time. I
Yeah.
love hearing you talk. Then the second year of marriage, be quiet, quit talking so much, leave me alone, quit harassing me.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
what changed then in that second year of marriage?
I didn't have the maturity to handle being a married man. I was very immature, so the first year was all fun and games, but then when it became day to day, being a good husband every day because I have to choose to be a good husband, not just because I got all this motivation because I'm a brand new married man, I didn't have the maturity to do it.
Right.
What was, Kathy, the lowest point? And you say there was adultery in addition to the emotional abuse and the mental abuse and just 3 occasions of physical abuse as well, we should say. What was the lowest point for you where you said, all right, listen, enough is enough?
My lowest point was actually when I didn't get closure for the adultery, when he never brought me closure for it. He never really apologized for it. He kind of brushed it underneath the rug. And then one day he came home and the house was really, really clean, and he found something that I didn't get done perfectly. And so that to me was enough. I had 3 children and I was pregnant, and I was just over it. I was just over him picking on me all the time and finding things that were wrong.
Why didn't you just, and I know our viewers out here are probably thinking the same way, why not just walk away? You've got this guy who is behaving really badly, who is treating you horribly, you're pregnant. Why not just say, listen, I'm out of here, enough is enough?
I'd actually be very conditioned to abuse. I had some abuse in my past, and so I was conditioned to abuse. And then also the church I was attending had taught me, to be quiet. The church in general had actually taught me to be quiet and submit to him in everything. And so in that, I learned to do exactly that. And I was told that if I just was a good enough wife, he would change.
What was the turning point? What was the point? Because I know for me, I'm sitting here looking at you guys and you're happy, you've been very lovey-dovey and kissing and hugging, but for me personally, if I'm physically, verbally abused, I'm going to leave. And I don't know that I could feel the same way about that person again. And I think I'm speaking probably for a lot of our viewers, right? And I know you probably heard that too in all the talks and seminars that you do. What was the turning point? How did you go from there to here?
We actually went to a special class for abused couples. And we actually went to be trained on how to help other abusive couples. And in that moment, in that class, that's when he learned that he was an abusive husband. He didn't even know.
You didn't know that you were being abusive before?
I didn't know I was abusive, and Kathy didn't really know she was abused.
What was it? What did you think it was?
When they taught the patterns of abuse, I saw myself. But before that, I thought I was a pretty decent husband, which was so far from reality. I lived in such denial. And that's the scary part about bad husbands, is they all think they're good husbands. They think their wife is a bad wife, is the way I thought, but she was an amazing wife that I was so fortunate that she did stay with me until we got in front of the knowledge to help us to turn around.
Yeah.
So the tips and tricks for our viewers out there, and I know that you've written 2 books in which you outline these tips and tricks. Talk to us about that. What can couples do who are having a difficult time?
We actually teach husbands how to listen to their wife's heart, how to value what they have to say, not tell them to be quiet, but actually listen to what they have to say. And men are initiators, women are responders. And so if men will initiate good, women will respond to the good. But sadly, men are initiating what they want to initiate instead of what a wife needs.
We teach men to give their wives 20 hugs, 20 smiles, 20 kisses, 20 compliments every day. That raises their oxytocin, which is the feel-good hormone in a woman's body, which ends up giving him a happy wife. So happy wife, happy life. And if couples go to our website, bestmarriage.com, they'll find the 2 books, The Man of Her Dreams, The Woman of His, and Living It and Loving It. We're working on our 3rd book right now, which is called Our Marriage is is our happy place. And thousands of couples have received overnight transformations in their marriages just by reading the books.
Yeah.
Other couples need a lot more help, and we have 5-day weekends in Daytona Beach, Florida, which are also talked about on the website, where couples who have extremely bad trouble could come and spend 5 days with us. We allow a maximum of 7 couples to come. They come from all over the country and the world once a month, and we spend 5 days with them, and we send them home to, in most cases, to live happily ever after.
And we also have nightly phone calls. 6 nights a week, every night by Friday night, starting at around 9 o'clock at night. People can go to our website, get the phone number, that's on there, and they can call in nightly for free and to get help for their marriage.
Just about 30 seconds left. I do want to end with this. What would you like to leave our viewers with? Because I know that there are viewers out there who are thinking, what if I'm fallen out of love with this person? I don't love them anymore. They've done such horrible things to me. There's no way I can repair it. And am I going to be living a lie if I say I've got this perfect, beautiful marriage now after all this time and after all this abuse? What would you say to viewers?
Every couple can have an outrageously happy marriage, and every husband and wife can fall back in love with each other with everything involved, all the trimmings.
Everything involved?
Everything
Yes.
involved. If they get the right knowledge, get the right help, get the right education, and they're both willing participants in that change and in that process, it doesn't matter how bad they are. We've had 100% success with couples, and we get both husbands and wives to say yes to the changes that we ask mainly men to make. Men have to change about 90%, wives have to change about 10%, and every one of those couples can get outrageously happy. And as we like to say, if Joel and Kathy can do it, so can you.
All right. Well, Joel and Kathy Davisson, thank you so much for coming by and sharing your story with us this morning.
Thank you.
Good to see you. And if you'd like more information on Joel and Kathy or their books, please go to the website bestmarriage.com.